Hello everybody and welcome, my name is Ryan. Today I'm back to show you another overpowered tactic in Civ 6, a civilization that I love and preach about a lot, and I'm here today to tell you exactly why. I've shown you a few civilizations now and the best ways to play them, and actually every single game has been hilariously effective. But this one, let me tell you now, beats them all. You'll have seen them all over the internet, the tier list. YouTubers love to do them and everybody ranks every civ and every leader differently. That's the joy of Civ 6. All the leaders are different, everyone plays different. It's so varied a game that you can genuinely have different ideas about who is the best. However, in my opinion, there is only one best. Basil's Byzantium. Any list, any tier list that I see that doesn't have Byzantium at position number 1, I like to just politely disagree with, and today I'm going to put my pitch out as to why Byzantium is the most powerful civ in the game. This overpowered strategy is so overpowered that Byzantium is frequently banned from multiplayer games and is often toned down in balance mods. And I'm going to be showing you exactly why with this little Byzantium run, so get ready for some fun on Deity, standard speed, no game modes, bog standard continents map with no settings changed. Here are the details, but you don't know these, you don't need them. You're going to get them by just taking the save file from Discord. Come along to the Ryan Discord, it's a great place. All of the cool cats are there. Well, specifically pet photos, which are just my favourite bit. Anyway, I'm too excited to show Byzantium off, they are my favourite for a reason. Get ready, here we go. Now, if you're a fan of Civ 6 like me, you're probably a big strategy and board game lover. Before I got addicted to conquering the world in Civ 6, I used to play hours of Catan, Monopoly and Carcassonne whenever I could. Figuring out strategy and the probability of certain moves and tactics is hilariously fun when you get into it, and today's sponsor, Brilliant, is a free and easy place to improve these sorts of skills. Brilliant is the best way to learn math, data science and computer science interactively. You can break down big topics into as little as 15 minutes a day, and you can build your skill and confidence at your own pace. You'll be hitting your goals in no time, with new lessons added every month. This month, I've been working through Brilliant's Introduction to Probability course. A great way to remind and teach me about the fundamentals of chance, probability and luck. Who knows, maybe once I'm done I'll actually be able to play with spies and rock bands correctly. Yeah. If you fancy giving Brilliant a go, check it out at brilliant.org/UrsaRyan, or click the link in the description. It's free to use for 30 days and there is a 20% off discount available for the first 200 people on their annual premium subscription. I really enjoy using it and I'm sure you will too. Anyway, back to the video. Turn 1, and as starts go, this is a bit varied, but I like it. We have rainforest and we have plains hills. Now, unfortunately, this is a grassland hill. If this was grassland, then you flipped a coin and you've got the wrong answer. I'd love this to be plains. If it was a plains hill, if I settled on this tile, it would have another production underneath the city centre. It's a 2-2 tile. As a grassland hill, it'll only have 2-1. Never mind, I will accept it because we have tobacco. This +1 faith per turn I'll be able to work from turn 1. Well, let me tell you now, that is very handy. That will help me to get a Pantheon very quickly. There's a lot of desert to my left. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it looks like there's at least another river to my right. There are some really good rainforested 2-2 tiles to be working until the mid stages of the game. I'm happy with the start. Let's just settle in place. 1 faith per turn. As Byzantium, here's what you need to do on turn 1. Click this button. This one here. Astrology. It's all you need. All you need to play Byzantium. I also would love to find myself a natural wonder as soon as I can, and I need another city as soon as I can as well. Instead of going scout, I'm going to keep something that might be a little useful later into the game. So we're going to go warrior today, but a scout start is also an acceptable strategy. Slinger, I would accept. They're a little fragile, but you can upgrade them into archers a little bit later. And now we seek to explore, to find, has a city-state been defeated already? Somebody on the map? Oh, very fruity. There is a lake. There are Thurs to my north. That's a good tile. And some barbarians have found me on turn 5. Oh my lord. Some more barbarians to the north. This warrior will try and deal with this encampment to stop them from flooding me from the north. And this warrior, I'm going to have to just watch which way the scout goes. They're going to go south. Interesting. Brussels. First meet. That's 1 production. If I start building wonders, buildings and districts. Admittedly, a military city-state would have probably been better at this point, but never mind. We'll keep them in mind for a little bit later. Now, always remember with your starting warrior, it takes 3 attacks that you initiate to get your level. So just keep that in mind. It's the 3rd attack you need to be watching out for. Then you can level up, then you can get battle cry, then you can defeat the other units a little bit easier. As for Scout's being killed by something, maybe a city-state troop? We'll never be certain. Let's get this settler going. Yeah, it is the city-state. Charging in. Good on you. Just taking a couple of turns to heal. There's my third attack. Now we've got the promotion as promised. We'll see where this scout runs. It's going to go directly down to the south. That's annoying. It's on a hill and it's across a river, but I can still do decent damage to it as this warrior gets the battle cry. And now we have a choice. Do I gamble that I will find a natural wonder in the next 6 turns? Well, looking at the appeal map, unfortunately there's not a lot that's indicating that I'm going to find something like that. Or do we just spend 6 turns guaranteeing we get the holy site? I think I'm going to give myself another 2 turns. Feels a bit weird, but what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 turns into animal husbandry because I want to know where my horses are. It's very important later into the game that we unlock horsemen as soon as we can. If I don't find it in the next 2 turns, I'll switch back to astrology. Now, why am I so excited about horses? Well, it's all about Byzantium and how overpowered they are. He who is born in the purple. Heavy and light cavalry units do full damage against cities following the same religion as Byzantium. That's wonderful. Cavalry units doing full wall damage? That in itself is one of the best abilities in the game. Unlocking a Tagma, a unit that's like a knight, but it actually buffs units around it? That's even better. Taxis, 3 combat strength just for having a religion, and then another 3 combat strength every time you convert someone else's holy city? That gets to plus 12 on these small maps. That is a huge bonus. An extra profit point? Spreading religion every time you kill a unit? Oh, the abilities stack up, and that's before you get to the Dromon, possibly the most powerful unit in the game. Quadrireme, with an extra range and 10 combat strength against units. Stack that with the Taxis ability, and you've got yourself a unit killing machine. Hippodromes, well, they're fast to build. You get 3 immunities rather than 1, and you get a 3 unit every time you build them, and also every time you put a building inside them. They're very, very powerful. Just follow this rough strategy. You'll be fine. Where are you going, Mr. Scout? Where are you going? Cahokia has been met by somebody. Interesting. It's very... I think I want to keep an eye on what's going on to the south of me. And looks like today, the gamble has paid off. Should we build some airports next to this wonder sometime? That'll be fun. There's astrology. Boosted. Can't build my holy site for another 7 turns because I'd like that settler out, but this would be a really good place to settle another city, so we'll keep that in mind. What's in the tribal village? 40 gold. Any gold we can get is really good gold. Keep an eye on that for later. I'm going to pick up God King for a faster Pantheon. Then we're going to go for Discipline because I don't have any scouts. That is a pretty easy choice when you don't have scouts. I would like foreign trade though as fast as I can because it looks like this is a really good place to put my second city. Instant access to the bananas and fresh water and access to the coast. Oh, well, combining that with getting myself maritime industries, we can pump out some galleys. That'll help me to explore along the coast with some speed and will give me the shipbuilding upgrade. That's very interesting as well. Oh, Dromons. Dromons are so good. Scythia. Oh, that's a tough opponent. Honor to meet you. I'd love to sample your hospitality. They are just to the south. That is a good to know civilization. Scythia are incredibly wary, but that can sometimes be a very good thing for old Byzantium, for we also are wary, and we require a good amount of units to kill. Trust me, Scythia has a good amount of units to kill. Couldn't really have had much more of a perfect neighbor. Get it? Neighbor? Because they like horses? No? Oh, come on, that's good. Why have a long face, audience? Gonna bring my warrior back briefly just to escort my settler down to the south. I could send a settler to the north to work this wonder, but yields are distracting. They're tempting targets that will not help me in this game whatsoever. More important, to be fair, is that I find a source of horse. Crucial stuff, that. Very crucial stuff. Settler, produced. Holy site, slap it down. It is tempting to go for a +2 holy site. There are a few reasons for this. Desert tiles, fairly useless. 2 is greater than 1. However, that 50 gold is really important. I don't want to spend that 50 gold. Instead, I am going to put down a regular holy site. The actual faith per turn from holy sites, let me tell you now, not particularly important for Byzantium. Sure, later in the game it can be important, but in this particular strategy, you're not going to need it. There is animal husbandry. Did we get lucky with the horse? No, there are no source of horse around. Well, hopefully there'll be some to my right, but it means rushing horsemen not going to be as effective as we'd like it to be. So let's hold off that for now. Instead, it's more important that we unlock sailing. We can get the galleys, and then we'll unlock heavy chariots. Now, heavy chariots aren't essential to this strategy. You don't need to actually unlock them, but they do help. It's Pantheon time. I could have gone Desert Folklore. That would have been a very good alternative if I was going to continue expanding into the desert to the north and using my holy sites to get myself more faith. For me, it's too much of a distraction. It's not important. The better option for me is to make sure I get the religion nice and quickly, because the faster we get the religion, the faster this game can get going. To do that, sometimes yields are the answer. If I had a lot of camps, like on this truffle and on this fur, then I always like going Goddess of the Hunt. 1 food and 1 production from camps. That is low-key a very amazing upgrade for a city, but I don't need it in this particular instance. If I had a lot of breathtaking tiles, I could also be working a lot more faith from Earth Goddess. Not huge for me. City Patron Goddess though. District. That would give the holy sites a little bit more oomph when I build them. Take a couple turns off Constantinople and even more off my second city. I think I'm going to go for Divine Spark. That means that I get an extra great person point from the holy site, and that means that each one gives me 3 profit points rather than 2. That gets me the religion slightly faster, but it also means later into the game, once I get the great prophet, that each great prophet point, well, that'll translate to an extra faith. So every holy site will give me +1 faith. It's not a big bonus, I get that, but it is at least a bonus, and bonuses are fun. 75 gold from that tribal village. Hey, that's not bad. I'm tempted to plop down a monument, you know, just get that down really quickly. That would catapult me along the culture just a little faster. Not that I need that particularly. Don't know, we'll see. Second city, sailing, boosted. And this city, this is the one with the good holy site. Look at this, +3. Yummy. 300 gold amassed, and there is my first holy site. We're getting 3 points per turn, a religion, in 20 turns. I'm going to press another settler out as fast as I can. Wouldn't normally do this, but I want to go and find at least 1 horse source and work it. If I can get at least 1 source of horse, then I'll feel a little bit better about what my planned attempt was. We've got to go and find the horse where we can. So far though, genuinely we haven't found a thing. Not 1 source. Really isn't the end of the world. It's just a little bit annoying. Shipbuilding, it's not for 55 turns. That's such a long way, but getting 2 galleys will help me. Speaking of, I've just unlocked sailing. Let's just get the first. There's the first galley. 3 air escorts for first boat. We're going to go and explore along the coast. Maybe we'll find a source of horse that way. You never know. Let's get mining and pottery first. Some basic techs, but it helps me to exploit pretty much everything on the map that I come across, which is a good thing. That looks like it might be Greece to my south. Interesting. A very different sort of target, Greece, but still quite a good one. Lahore. That is a military city-state, and doesn't have any horses either. None of the city-states near me do. Just Tamiris. Maybe Tamiris will sell me horses eventually, but it would be an expensive way of getting them. Oh no, it's Scotland, not Greece. You don't get to come to my city though. No. Who's this? Harold on the coast. I have a navy of 1 boat. Isn't it great? Don't you love it? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they secretly do. 20 gold for open borders. It's a lot, but I'm going to have to pay it because I do actually need to go through. Thank you. All right, doesn't look like there are any horses around at all. Okay, that is fine. We could take a gamble and go instead for encampments, but I think given the fact that Norway is on the coast, well, suddenly, shipbuilding looks like a much better idea, because these Dromons, even Viking longships can't stand up to them. They are very, very powerful units. We might have to fall back on those a little bit. Oh, foreign trade, excellent stuff. Put in urban planning and maritime industries. Finish that holy site off and we'll get this galley production system up and running as soon as we can. I think in settling there, just between the 2 city-states, will give me quite a good leveraged position to attack with, and getting on the other coast would be quite handy as well. I could settle on top of the stone. I think I might do that, because otherwise I'm just going to end up getting rid of it anyway. Although that does mean that I'm further away from the tobacco. Alright, let's go to there instead. It's been a nice chilled start so far, isn't it? Very nice indeed. Just nosing around. Don't mind me whilst I just look around and find out where everyone's cities are, who's doing what and where and why. Another settler finished. Excellent. Off to Loch Lomond. Now I think, do I continue getting settlers or do we start to build a little bit of an army? Gogi will make this easy, but I think a bit of an army works well. Let's start to do what I like to call the slinger rush. Building a lot of slingers means that I can upgrade them all to archers a little bit later, and that is a very, very versatile tactic. Second holy site finished. Brilliant. Actually, whilst I sling a rush, I'm going to just get a trader in quickly, because getting a road between Constantinople and Cahokia, that would be a huge benefit to me. If I can even do it to Scythia's capital, that would be even better, but no, might be tricky. We've really not found any horses. No horses whatsoever. What's going on with this start, eh? Claim great person. Recruit. There is the religion, and you can see all 6 of my great person points are now generating faith. That'll come in very handy a little bit later Now, being honest with you, which religion you go for, it doesn't really matter. I could go work ethic. Now, that just means any holy site I build gives me a little bit more production. I haven't really been focusing on production, but I do have a +3 holy site in my second city, and that would pump out galleys a little bit faster. It's not a bad idea. Religious community means that I'd start to get a lot more gold from my trade routes. Now, I'm not going to build too many, but that would be handy. You know I like Feed the World. Feed the World is one of the best abilities, and it's so good for any crusading civilization, because any holy site you take, well, that's going to be quite handy. But for the same reason, I think I'm going to go choral music today. Shrines and temples provide culture. That means I can rush monarchy, and that'll be very important later on. And then, of course, if you're playing Byzantium, this is the button you should press. This is what this strategy is all about. Crusade. Combat units gain 10 combat strength if I fight within the borders of a city that follows my religion. Let's start spreading my religion, eh? My seas are unprotected? Really? I've got a 2-boat navy now, I'll have you know. Norway. So much boat. I can't even count them. Akkad. That's a useful city-state. Melee and anti-cavalry unit attacks do full damage to walls. That stacks up the Byzantium ability to a lovely level, but we'll kind of keep an eye on that one for now. Where shall I send the trade route? Well, Lahore gives me a road along this whole area, so I'm tempted to do that. Yeah, it's the road I'm more interested in at the moment. 3 gold is useful. I'll just plonk that down, and that's as far as we can explore in this direction as well. Okay, well, galley, you might as well return back to my land. It is city number 3. It's a good 2-3 tile to work at the beginning. Very good location for a city. In fact, you could get a very good holy site from here as well. Oh, cost 60 gold, which isn't great, but hey, makes you think the work ethic would have been a good idea. I'm still pretty happy with how things have gone, but it's a good thing about playing Civ 6. There's so many different strategies. You can just take all sorts of different strategies. Oh, the Barbs are coming down. Unfortunately for them, I am just about to start slinging just hundreds of slingers everywhere. In my productive cities, I'm just taking a moment to get monuments and shrines up. I'm going to do it in both of these cities because my culture will spectacularly increase from there. Means I can get my governments in. Means I can beeline the hippodrome, which is a unique thing. And then, yeah, I can get the culture to start going towards divine right. Tricky ask, but it just helps me on my way a little bit later. Normal age. Unfortunately, that was kind of unavoidable. There was not much we could do. But Exodus of the Evangelists to Iriscorm. Every time I convert someone to my religion, well, that's definitely not something that'll continue to stack. And you may have noticed as well, look at that, shipbuilding. It seems to have massively boosted. Well, that's because as soon as you go into a new era, a couple of techs, especially the ones you're working, they get a little bit cheaper. It's just, it's such a good strategy, just beelining shipbuilding, unlocking it as soon as you can. And archery and bronze working both boosted there as well. Excellent stuff. Just casual Scythian horsemen running around. Don't worry about it. Oh, Scythia's gone for Scotland. I won't lie, that's lovely to see. It's really lovely to see. That means they're not coming for me. Beautiful. Now, I'd like visibility, so we're going to start to do what I like to call the Armani tour. Pick up Armani as your first governor and pop her into any city that has one envoy, and you can start getting first suzerain. We can unlock a lot of the map, and we can start getting a bunch of era score from doing it. It'll just help me to explore into this direction. Maybe we can find somebody that has horses. You never know. Shipbuilding. Dromons. Oh, it's the forbidden piece of Byzantium that they didn't want you to know about. It's a rubbish and ill-fitting unique unit for Byzantium. It doesn't add anything to them. I've heard all the cries. I've heard them all. We just say, no. We respect your opinion, but your opinion, well, it is misformed. Look at my religion just casually spreading around, by the way. It's just the fun thing about having the only religion in the area. There's a lot of gold at stake from selling my open borders. I'm going to take it. All of this is army that I can produce, but I'd like to get myself my unique boat as soon as I can, and they're expensive. 480 gold. Yeah. Oh, well, might as well build my own Dromons if they're not coming to me. Now, I don't have to necessarily attack Norway. There are other options nearby. Other strategies at play here that make Byzantium just so powerful. Plus, we may have a little bit of a situation here where they attack me, which wouldn't be ideal, but I think we can get this. If we leave my boats there and there, they can only get one boat through at a time. So even though their Viking longships are really powerful, if they do attack me, they can only use one unit at a time. Their strength will be kind of negated a little bit. We'll see. Oh, Scotland is settling up the other side. Interesting. That's Brussels, by the way. And as you can see, we found the horses of Scythia, but there are still no strategics on the map. Yeah, this was an unlucky start. Doesn't matter. doesn't matter. We don't even need it. Now we've got Brussels under command. We're going to go straight to Lahore. See another part of the map over in this direction. Well, I need a couple of land units, and spearmen are really good. They can actually hold up very well against the Scythian horsemen, which would be quite a useful thing. And it unlocks iron for me, because then we can get swordsmen maybe as an alternative. We'll see how this goes. 83 gold for 2 luxuries from Scythia? I do like that. That's good. That actually means that my Dromon building city is now a little bit happier, so I'm not taking a production penalty on most boats anymore. That's probably quicker to do that than it was to save the gold up and buy them with gold, so I'll take it. That's a good option for me. Oh yeah, look, here are all the horses. That's where all the horses are. Finally found them. Now, your highest population city, ideally, that's the one you want Pingala in. So I'm going to pop you into my capital, and we can start looking to getting Pingala's second promotion, Connoisseur. That would be worth a lot of extra culture per turn, and that will help me to race towards my targets. Now, I'm also going to go political philosophy, unlock that as quick as I can, although I do want my hippodromes. Getting a government's also quite important. Which is the more important thing, I wonder? Actually, games and recreation. Let's unlock these first. I think that's not a bad option for me. The capital now has a shrine and a monument. We've got a monument down here. We're building another monument. We're getting shrines. The culture is now starting to increase, which is great, but we do need to continue expanding. And I think the best way we're going to do that is to actually start expanding with warriors and army. We're going to start building up. Gobastan. Wow, you really did have a good start, Scythia. I am just calling that now. Norwegian Empire has declared war on Lahore. Oh, Norway. You cheeky little so-and-so. Well, just as I've got visibility on them as well. Oh, I think I do have iron. I think I do have iron. 1 source there, 2 sources there. That is a lot of iron. Okay, that's good. Well, that changes my plan completely. Let's get a builder as quickly as we can. A swordsman rush. Yeah, let's do it. So one fun thing about Lahore is that I could produce a Niang unit. That's fun. I think with a barracks, that would become a 40 strength unit, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't use this strategy often, but I could just build an encampment, get the barracks up as fast as possible, and send the units out. Oh, that's not a bad idea, is it? Yeah, all right. We'll hang on to that for a second. The Dromon with flamey, fiery flame. What a lovely thing. I'm going to save my faith. I'm not going to go for Niang units. Tempting as it is. I'll continue building Dromons for now. And yeah, I'm just going to make my way lazily over to the borders of Lahore. Don't mind me. Amani, can you do me a favor? Can you instead go to Akkad? Thank you so much. There's the iron mine. Oh, yes. Wheel boosted, ironworking boosted. These are both very good boosts for me. My slingers are just lurking around the borders here. These slingers is fine. It's turn 71. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Byzantium, trust me. When we get going, we get going. The only problem is that Norway has kind of killed all of the units from Lahore, which poses me a slight problem. There's nothing to kill. Just lurking around the area, but there's literally no units here for me to shoot, which is hilarious. And we could take on Norway. But Norway is a little bit more risky because Norway has very strong boats. But I mean, you can see how much damage we do with a Dromon to a Viking longship. It's not bad at all. It's just, yeah, might be a little tricky. Hold off. I'm just lurking around Lahore. It's fine. We're patient. We can wait for a good opportunity here. Games and recreation. A delightful combination for old Ursa. We're starting to build up my iron stockpile now. 2 sources being worked and a second Dromon. Sorry, no, wait. You said that you didn't want war, but you're the one sitting your units just outside my borders. I'll have you know. Well, let's get the hippodrome down. 3 immunities from entertainment. That's pretty big. But a free heavy chariot as soon as I build it. And that's something I can't say no to. In fact, actually, I'm just going to chop out this wood first and then we'll build it. Military tradition. Excellent. This is a wonderful little policy card for me. So at the moment, I'm getting 2 gold per turn from Norway from some open borders. They're not fans. They're not fans of Scythia. Could we get a joint war? Yes, we can. So this is good. This means I can actually declare war on Norway, bringing Scythia into the war. And what that does is create a situation where, you know, Norway's land army can't get through Lahore and then Scythia. And their boats, well, they've only got so many boats. And look, I can use zone of control. Either their boats are more powerful than mine. Doesn't overly matter when we get all of the good shots off and running. We're going to go 1 attack, 2 attacks. Actually, we can actually get this kill. 1, 2, and then 3 like that. And bam! Look at that religious bomb. That 1 unit kill just converted 1, 2, 3 cities to my religion, which, by the way, is 6 era score, and plus another 3 because one of the cities was at war with me. The 2 era score every time I convert a city coming from my era bonus. It's not bad, is it? And another governor. Excellent. Amani, why don't you go to Lahore again? We'll just pick that up for a little bit. It just gives me options, doesn't it? Take political philosophy to get a fun government. We'll see where this boat runs. Yeah, it's going to try and run away. Well, it can run away pretty well because it can actually get into the coast, which is a bit annoying. Don't worry, we should be fine on that one. Let's chop this boat out. Oh, beautiful. And then get the hippodrome finished in a couple of turns. Even better. That's a useful road. Takes me all the way down to Scotland and Brussels and gives me another science pretend. Okay then, perfect. And let's spend some of the gold that I don't have on an archer. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. That's wonderful. So we'll keep an eye out for Norwegian units. Oh, they're just going to attack my galley again. All right. If you think that is a good idea, you can do that. That is not a problem. I can just sweep over the top and go whoop-bam like that, just spreading my religion even further. In fact, a catapult is, it could hit me back is the only problem, pretty hard, so we'll just move my units cautiously here, but yeah, so far so good. Savia, don't leave units on my borders. You're going to make me think that you're going to attack me, and we're currently at war with the same ally, so I don't want that in my life right now. I need you to just chill. Oh, Norway's not going to like this. I'm just lurking around with an army, and I'm going to start blowing their army to bits. That catapult is a bit annoying. I can kill the spearmen and convert a bunch more of their cities to my religion whilst we're at war. It's pretty handy. Yeah, my navy will rule me the day. Taking on the Norwegian navy, It's a dangerous activity, but one Byzantium can absolutely do. One thing I did notice, and this is a mistake I have made with Byzantium before, so keep an eye out for it. The 3 unit you get from the hippodrome, don't finish the hippodrome until you've unlocked the heavy chariot. Because if you don't, what you'll find is that the unit, the district gets built and nothing will pop out of it. So we're just gonna divert our production temporarily until we've unlocked it. Let's instead get ourselves, we could just hard build a swordsman. That's probably a good use of our iron. Let's do that. But yeah, I've made that mistake far too many times. Don't be me. Play like I say, not like I do. I don't think that spearman is going to get very far, so I'm going to use my Dromon instead to attack the catapult like that, just spreading my religion around even more, leveling these Dromons up, and we're going to start having a little bit of fun very soon in Norwegian territory. You can see how much they overpowered me in terms of the military capacity at the beginning of this war. Doesn't matter about Byzantium, we're happy. Political philosophy. I could go Classical Republic to make sure all my cities are happy. That +1 immunity added to the hippodrome +3 means that all cities get +4 immunities. It's really good. But I think instead today we're going to go for oligarchy for the 20% unit experience. It's very handy when you're at war. Plus I can now combine maritime industries with conscription to take the cost of all of my boats down a little bit, which is huge. Pop in Agogi as well with urban planning, and we've got ourselves a very war-y government, which is a good thing because I have a very war-y start. The barbarians are still giving me a huge amount of grief, but that's fine. We've got the wheel now. We can get the hippodromes finished, and it's deciding whether we go for pikemen or men-at-arms. I think for Savia we want pikemen, so I'll be heading in that direction now. We'll get irrigation first and then writing, but yeah, it's all pretty standard so far. One more spearman kill, and look at this. I can now sit inside Norway's lands and get a +10 Crusade bonus, which means that I'm now attacking units with 48 strength. Oh, that's so good. And Oslo, you haven't converted to my glorious religion yet, have you? No. Take a couple hits on the city just to start this off. Okay, we can actually get half the city destroyed in one go. Oh my lord. Yes. Oh, even better. Norway is actually converting to a religion. Please do that. That means that I'm going to get another +3 combat bonus when I convert them. That could not have gone better for me. Oh, I love it. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to build a Dromon in this lake. It won't be able to do anything except take Brussels, but we're going to take Brussels because city-states, attacking city-states. A lot of my tactics involve this. It's something that people just don't do enough, and it's such a powerful strategy. I could not recommend it more. Take the city-states when it benefits you. Is that a Norwegian settler? It is, you know. What are you doing there? What is going on, can you... I think I can move, because that's a district. Yeah, I can just go one attack and then attack with my heavy chariot and steal the settler. Why would you do that? No one is sure, but we're very happy it happened. Look at that. Lovely. The archer's destroyed. Did that spread? Yes, it's spreading to Oslo now. Very good. Another warrior kill? You're making this too easy. You really are. Oslo just giving me even more era score now. There's bombardment. We've got, oh, look at this. Some huge damage on the city. And I'm going to pillage the harbour so that I can get enough gold to then buy in a swordsman as soon as I then land in the city. Which is quite a nice little addition. I won't lie to you. The barbarians to the north of my empire are giving me more hassle than Norway is. They really, really are. Who wants to buy some tobacco? You do, Scotland. Selling that nicely. That gives me way, way more gold than I need to get a swordsman, which is a lovely thing. And, oh look, another spearman just lurking around in the sea. Thank you, I guess. There's an argument here to say that I'm not going to have enough loyalty to hold the city once I take it, but I don't think that should stop me taking it, you know? Norway has 29 population. I can see 4, 9, 16, 20 of it, which means their capital is population 9, and I believe they're in a golden age. There's no way I'm going to hold this city. No way I'm going to hold this city. So what I might do is just continue round the coast, get myself into a position where I can take multiple cities at the same time. If I can do that, then I can get myself into more of a sort of positive loyalty situation. I've got a little bit of time to wait until we've got the next age, so this may be a good thing to do. Oh no, Norway wants to build walls, apparently. I mean, I won't lie to you, that is a bit of a futile thing to do, because I just can blow the walls to bits in like a couple of turns. Look at that. Bam! The walls are almost dead already. We get a good peace deal from them, actually. Yeah, we can. Look at that. 32 gold per turn, which I'm going to take. Now, the reason I'm going to take that is because that funds my next war. I'm not going to steal any of these cities, not whilst I'm not in a golden age, and there's not enough of their presence here to really jump in. I have other targets, and my main job is done. Religiously, they're converted. That's all I really needed to do. Actually, before Norway can change their mind, I'm going to just get open borders from them. I'm giving them a tiny bit of the gold that they've just given me back. But what that does, it means I can just get my army back and we can continue attacking someone like Lahore just to spread my religion a little bit further into the enemy lands. But this has been a really positive war for me so far. We're about to get a lot of momentum very, very soon. In fact, in 2 turns, then we're going to really start to spread around a bit. Brussels, man at arms, very good. Cahokia has just... that was mad. So Sarivia had levied the archer, then Scotland stole it, and then levied it immediately back. What's going on here? Who knows? Who really knows? Declare war on Brussels. Now, they've got a bit of an army. That's not the best, but what we've got is a golden opportunity to attack and kill units in the water like so. Bam! Thus spreading my religion to Brussels and all of the cities to the south of Scotland. It's a shame, mad, isn't it? It is a shame. Also going to declare war on Lahore. They've got too many units on the coast. Just the trick with Byzantium is hyper-aggression. Absolute hyper-aggression. Keep spreading your religion. Don't let the game stop you. And it's just, yeah, more and more and more influence. People are going to start denouncing you with all of these ridiculous wars that you're, you know, sending on people. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing with Byzantium truly matters. Just run with it. Run with the fun of it all. Oh, yes. The man-at-arms might charge you down. That's not a good thing in itself. It's nothing our army can't handle. We've got a lot of it. Well, let's just grind some experience on this city-state. Keep attacking the walls repeatedly. It won't take long to break them down. I've got almost uncontested dominance in this northern sea. I like that a lot. Yep, that's right. All of your units, Brussels, scatter them to the 5 winds, and I can just attack them one by one by one. Especially with all of this Crusade bonus. Yeah, that's nice. You'll have noticed as well that I've been saving up my faith. It's to do this, to buy a great general, just with faith, like that. Getting at least one of the classical era generals means that all of your swordsmen have 5 combat strength and then charge faster. It's going to be very handy. Especially if we can get ourselves some horses eventually, that would be all the better. But for now, that's all we need. Also going to stop building a Gogi or maritime industries, and we're going to get maneuver on, so I can build more heavy chariots. They're very powerful units for what they are. See, I've got one building in 3 turns in my capital. I've got one building in 4 turns in this city. I'm just going to treat myself to this shrine, purchase it. More culture is good. Racing towards divine right as soon as we can. Is that an archer? I think that is. Thank you for stepping outside of the borders of your city. There you go, another like little kill for us. And Cahokia, again, nobody minds if I just declare war randomly on city-states, do they? Especially seeing as you've levied the army away from them, Scotland. Clearly they don't need it. That's how it works. I'm pretty sure that they made that rule. I think I can probably seize a CAD seeing as it's so far away. I'm going to just drop a Marnie in there, and I've got a huge amount of envoys spare. So just wait for her to establish and then drop all my envoys in the same city-state. And I see an injured unit. Let's strike that quickly. Thank you. This city is, well, how do I put it? A little bit pointless. But I wanted to go and settle this wonder, and it gives me furs at the same time. And Smira score, and look at that tile to work. That's pretty ridiculous. Oh, I love it. It doesn't even have any housing. It was too good an opportunity, so I took it. Well, this was a stolen settler up to the north, and I did just see some barbarian man-at-arms heading my way, so there's a good possibility that it was a very foolish move settling there, but never mind. It's fun while it lasted. I actually sold the luxury for about 200 gold back to Norway. That was relatively amusing. I'll take it. Doing a good job pillaging all of the stuff from Brussels as well. Very nice. And Cahokia is now under the pressure of 2 heavy chariots with Crusade and Taxis. Look at that, just breaking the city down. This is a good opportunity just to take my 4th city, to continue spreading my religion down south where it belongs. Norway has set up their religion, by the way. So, I'm going to keep an eye on that. I will make peace with this city-state when we can, 4 turns, and then we will declare war on Norway again, just to spread my religion to them further. We're just terrorizing them from the seas, something they're quite unfamiliar with, really. It's like, we're the ones, we should be raiding, not the other way round. Don't mind me, whilst my swordsman just casually destroys a man-at-arms. Of course it does. All the while, Brussels' walls are just being destroyed, turn by turn by turn. Even my heavy chariot can now get in on the action and destroy loads of walls. Lovely. Look at how much I've spread my religion already. Oh, it's glorious. Plus, what I can now do is buy in a temple, which is 4 culture per turn. That starts to get a huge chunk of culture per turn now. We're going to rush monarchy, especially with all of these heavy chariots I've got. These are good, and I've been saving the arenas. These are very good buildings arenas, but they are better when I've unlocked a Dromon. So we're just holding off on that stuff just for now. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous68. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!